Good morning and welcome to the Laws of Business Breakthroughs, hosted by Bimal, Shah, CEO of Rush Path Achievers. Good morning, Bimal. How are you today?
How are you?
I am doing amazing. I'm very, very excited by today's topic.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is the critical topic for today?
So today's topic is Laws of Business Breakthrough and Business Funding. We're going to talk about the second round of PPP that people can get the money in their business before December 31st. In our first process, we had gotten people and businesses money in 3 to 10 business days, and that was in record time. Nobody else was able to do it. Now, it's not submit. They probably have to start the process today because this money is not going to last long. So there's a link that I've put out there, PPP Qualify, bit.ly/PPP Qualify. If they want to, go to that link, they can start the process today. Now, I want to, explain certain myths about and they can even check out the success stories on the PPP. And the certain myths that I want to explain people which is what sometimes they do not go for the PPP funding. Which this is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Like you get money, you don't have to pay back. All you have to do is take care of either your salary or your employee salary and rent and utilities, and it allows your business to continue. The first myth is majority of the major banks, they were a nightmare when people started working with them because there was so many hoops that they had to go through to get the funding. So people say, well, I didn't get it the first time, so it's, I'm not going to get it the second time. And that's not true. It's because who you worked with, and many of the major banks didn't have their systems, or even the community banks didn't have their systems in place for you to get the approval for the PPP, and it took very long. And many of you didn't get the money in the first round. So that shouldn't prevent, and you guys can check out the success story video on that link and see how people have received funding by working with us. And they've received in record time. Like one client was in 3 business days, the money was in the bank. So you think about that, that's an amazing. I can't hear your voice.
Can someone hire you to get them to the funds if they don't know how to do it themselves?
Yes. So they can start at the link. The first step is, the PPP Qualify, make sure that they get it, because there are certain things on the second round. The second myth that people have is that, well, I don't have employees, so I don't qualify, so I don't want to apply. And that's not true. PPP is not just for businesses that have W-2 employees. And if you had Schedule C, if you had your business tax returns, you can still apply. And, in our last PPP cycle, we had quite a few people who were just running their own business and sole proprietors and had no employees. Even if you have 1099 or you're just by yourself, you can still apply for and keep the PPP funding application. The second is, I already received the money the first time, or I'll never get it because I'll receive the money that the first time, so they won't approve me the second time. So that's not true. You can reapply. You can get it again. It is first come, first serve. So it is they're not looking at who's applying and being selective in the PPP process. They don't have the time. The system comes in, whoever is in queue, they process the application. So it is your, the sooner you get your application in the system and queue. And one of the things in our three-step process is we get the money, the funding, the application in the system the same day. So if you get us all the information by 1 p.m., we can get this application in the system by the end of the day. So it's that quick. So very rapid. So, so that's why I have developed a system of, uploading all the documents and answering all the questions so we can get it in the system. The myth number 4 that they have is that, I did not get forgiveness the first time. So I don't want to take on a liability that I would have to pay back, with the monthly payments. Now, the reality is, the Congress and everybody, they passing the stimulus to help businesses. And if, they do not pass something this year, they will pass next year and try to get the forgiveness aspect of the loan. And there is a good talk that under $150,000, they will have easy forgiveness application. And under 50,000 is, say, just raise your hand and take an oath, and you're forgiven with that money. So the under 50 is an easy SBA easy form, just one page that you need to file. So it's going to be very easy, for you to file forgiveness. And the good news is, compared to others, which the people haven't even filed for forgiveness, all of our clients, they have already submitted the forgiveness application through the portal. So by working with us, they will have a system in place to submit the forgiveness as well. The other myth people have is, I don't know if you can get the money. I'm not sure. I work with other folks or other banks. If, I'm not sure if I'll get the money. So they can watch the success stories at the link, and they can look at and check it out and see these are all the people that they have gotten the money. So that's another layer for people to see how they can get the money. The other piece is that, I don't have the time to do all this. There's so many things happening in my business. Now, this is an opportunity that would not last long. So you don't have to have the time, which is why we have streamlined the process. Either you give us an authorization to talk to your accountant, and we will gather the documents from your CPA, and you don't have to do all the work. And we will take on the process. If you give us the information, or your accountant gives us we'll extract all the information from the documents and process the PPP. So you don't have to have the time to do all this work, and chances are, if you did something the first time, you would have all the documents ready anyway. The last piece is, they feel that banks charge a lot of money. A lot of people, when they work with the banks, they charged, fees on the PPP. We do not have the money come straight into your bank account with no back end fees. It's only a flat fee up front. So a very small flat fee that you know what you're paying, and there is no, it's complete transparency. Compared to, we got approved, but we only got this much and this many fees and all that. So you won't have all of that, available. The last piece is, there's so many people applying, I won't be able to get it. And that's not true. It's, there's a lot of people applying, but there's a lot of people applying from different places at different banks. And the major banks are so far behind in their systems to process this. So you would have a very good probability and a shot by getting the funding by working with me. So that's those are the key myths that I wanted to help overcome. And they can talk to me, if they want to just have a conversation, what's possible, what's not possible in this PPP. They can just book a call with me, bit.ly call Bimal, and they will be able to have a conversation with me and understand. So, and it's not just this, there's so many other grant opportunities. This was just PPP that the law, just last night, just before the Congress was going to shut down. And I knew they would have to agree. There's no way that this wouldn't happen. This is a call of the hour. Small business is the lifeblood of the country. and this needs to happen. So if businesses are not taking advantage of this, it's kind of like stupid. It's you have free money, you have someone who can process it for you. You don't have to take on the headaches, and your voice is not coming. Blanca, we can't hear you. Blanca, your voice, there's no sound on your computer. Previously, I could hear you. Okay, all right. So, it's very, very important for people to just make sure that they take advantage of this opportunity. And besides this, there's so many other grants that people can qualify. They can go to the link bit.ly/grants now, and they can see what other grants that they can get. What are the other grants that they can qualify for? And quick recap of grants versus loans. Grants is money that you don't have to pay back, so it's free money. So see how much of that you can qualify for. Now PPP, how much they can get and how can people figure that out? So if you have employees, what's in the package is you can still get 2.5 times of what you were paying your monthly payroll. If you don't have employees, we'll take your monthly income, monthly gross profit income or net income, and then take that and multiply that by 2.5 times. Now, the good news is this time around, they're not going to have probably the short 8-week time frame. They would have the longer time frame. So you would have time to pay off your, the money that you have used. You don't have to use it up in 8 weeks. They will spread it over a period of time. So you would have a longer time frame to use the money. So that's also a possibility for them. So that's and this is a great topic. It's very important. It's, what better way to get, lots of money before Christmas, before end of the year, to begin your first of the year with a bang and money in the bank. And cash flow that you can have. There's no reason for any business or any entrepreneur to not apply for the PPP. So if anybody has questions, they want to put those in the chat or. Okay, so the question was, what tax returns need to be done? The first thing is you need to have either 941s. If you don't, then we can use your personal tax returns. So depending if you have employees or you don't have employees. So the answer is, if you do have employees, you always every quarter file 941s and UCT6. Now, either your payroll company has this, or your bank, if it's processing the payroll, has this, or your accountant has this. So you don't have to worry, how to access this. The second is, if you don't have employees and it's just you, then we can look at your, business tax returns or your personal tax returns for 2019, or we can look at your, schedules that you had in your K1s and your Schedule Cs. So those are the key documents. Now, besides that, you need a void check and other specific documents, driver's license and all that. So there's not a whole lot of documents that you need to worry about. We have a very streamlined system where you can upload all the documents online. And so the goal is, as soon as you start the process, we try to get the application in the same day. So those are some of the myths that, we can get. You don't have to do the work. We'll even, as long as you provide an authorization. How soon are you free to meet? Book a time, the link, bit.ly/call Bimal. If you can post that link, you can pick a time that works for you. And then just, you will be on my calendar and you'll get a Zoom link, and we can either talk by Zoom or we can talk on the phone, whatever works for you. So I must have had profit in 2020. No, you don't. In fact, you want to have the opposite. The reason the business wants money because you're not making money. So if you're not making money, that's a good thing. Uh, so because you need to show a 2020 P&L, profit and loss. If you don't have a profit and loss, we will prepare one for you and get one for you, ready. So, you don't have to have profit in 2020. As long as your 2019 tax returns are profitable. Close out the show, Bimal, when you're... All right. I was reading your text, man. Okay. All right. So we are ready. Thank you, Blanca. Thank you for all the questions. Go to the link bit.ly/PPP qualify. You can get started today. We have had record funding in 3 to 10 business days. So if you'd like to get the money before December 31st, let's get started and get you some money, before the end of the year. Thank you, Blanca. Thank you. And this is a very important topic and people need to get the money. And what better way to end the year with money in the bank?